What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Bartender Hideout. Today we are at episode number 26, and we will be having a look at the Amaretto Sour. One of the cousins of one of the episodes that we already did before, but I'm sure Uncle Bob has something to say about that for you guys in a little bit. After he will be talking to you, as you guys know, I'll be making the cocktail for you and also be tasting it. And obviously these cocktails are from Drinks International's top 50 most popular drinks of 2020. And yeah, that's where we're gonna dive in again this time. So let's throw it over to Uncle Bob and see what he has to say to you guys.
And welcome back to Story Time with Uncle Bob. Today we will be having a look at the Amaretto Sour, and this is actually a drink that first emerged in 1970, or at least around the 1970s, if my memory is correct on that one. This was around the time where Italian liquors became more popular and more available in America. So obviously, if you know some good bartenders, they always like to mix things. So what do? They make the simple twist on the sour branch. It's the most obvious thing to do, almost. Then, after the 1970s, actually, it lost a little bit in popularity for some reason. No one really can say why. Maybe it was a disco era, maybe it was something else, who knows. But after a while, actually, probably since the last decade, it started making a revival again. And this is mainly due to Jeffrey Morgenthaler, who decided that it would be maybe a good idea to add some little kick to the drink. So he ended up adding a cask strength bourbon, which is a 100 proof bourbon, so a very strong overproof rum, overproof bourbon actually, to the mix, which meant it was more boozy and it had a little bit more kick. That is, in general, a recipe that frequents the bar industry here now. Both recipes do, actually. Comes to mind. I wonder which recipe Koen will be using today. Let's throw it over to him.
Welcome back, guys, and we are right here to make the Amaretto Sour for you. Let's get into it, right? We are going to be starting off with a shaker. It's the main thing we're going to be needing. And then I have my egg from High Demand. Our chicken is back. Brought us some fresh eggs. So let's get that egg white from our fresh egg. There we go. We don't need the yolk, obviously. And whoop, there we go. Okay, then we are getting to the most important part. That is our Di Saronno or Amaretto, whatever you wanna call it. Okay, so we'll get started with 60 milliliters of Amaretto. Add that to our shaker. Then this one luckily doesn't have a lot of ingredients anyway, so usually it's more like a typical sour as you would expect. So that's why we're going to be adding 30 milliliters or 1 ounce of our lemon juice, freshly squeezed, of course. That's always the best way to go about things. And as a extra ingredient, I'm going to be using some sugar syrup. It's not going to be much because obviously the Amaretto is a little bit sweeter already anyway. So I'll just add 5 milliliters, which is, I'm not sure in ounces, it's not a lot. Just do a little dash or just a little bit. And lastly, I'm going to be adding some Angostura bitters because I think it just really livens up the drink. So that's what we will be doing. So 2 dashes of that should be more than enough. And then it's time to get shaking. As you might have seen in some of the other episodes, whenever we're using the egg white, we'll be shaking it twice. So I'm first off gonna shake it like normal, like we normally would, and then the second time I'm gonna shake it without ice to make sure that we get that nice and foamy layer on top. But first, let's shake with ice. Okay, and get rid of that into our shaker. Won't be needing the ice anymore, and we'll just give it that. Okay. Oopa. Then add some ice to the glass. And finish off by putting our cocktail in there. Look at that, perfect fit. And as a garnish, I just like to grab our dehydrated garnishes that we have here. And I'm using an orange since I just feels it suits a little bit better than the lemon. Don't ask me why, I just like it. And there we go, that's our Amaretto Sour. Okay, honestly I've been looking forward to this one because I know what it tastes like and I know I like it, so. Yep. As I said, I know I like this one. This is one that I tend to order a lot when I'm by myself or when I'm with friends here at the bar, having some drinks. This does perfectly fine. It's like nice and sweet because of the almond as well, and just the frothiness of the egg white always does wonders. I mean, as you guys know, whiskey sour is a favorite of mine as well. I feel the texture of the egg white just adds something to it. And with the almonds, it just makes something slightly different than what a whiskey sour would bring. This one obviously is a little bit sweeter. So if I have more of a sweet tooth for the night, then I'll normally go for this one. And with the whiskey sour, I tend to go for that if I'm a little bit less of a sweet tooth, I guess. But yeah, this is one you should definitely try out yourself. I hope next year when there's an updated list, or actually probably there is already an updated list, but I hope this one is a little bit higher because I would put it a little bit higher myself. But I guess, yeah, this is just your ordinary sour, which just works perfectly fine. Just goes to show that some of the classics are just perfectly fine as they are. But yeah, I guess that is all I have for you guys for this week. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing. Also, talking about liking, make sure that you smash that like button if you like this video. And also leave a comment on what you think of this cocktail or how you would make it yourself, or any other shit that you want to say to us. Also make sure to put that in there. For now, I'm gonna leave you and I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.